Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you so much for being a time traveler. This is your new moon in Sagittarius reading. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, it's okay. Don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. If you're not sure what your other placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here and watch the video of your choosing. With all of that said, let's begin. Your oracle card, Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility, card number 51. Your first Moonology card, Full Moon in Cancer, Let Your Fears Dissolve. And your other Moonology card is Dark Moon, the Past. I think you're getting past something or you're moving past something here. Let your fears dissolve. The future is here. I feel like you're coming out of a rough time. This typically doesn't give me Six of Swords energy, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. Yeah. Tell me more about this here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility, card number 51, Full Moon in Cancer, Let Your Fears Dissolve, and Dark Moon, the Past. One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do we have for you, my dear? Five of Wands, the Emperor, the Devil, that's in your past, the Eight of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. Something you thought was long-term ended up being quite toxic, or something you thought would be quote-unquote happily ever after ended up being toxic, okay? We have the Strength card. Love this for you. Justice, Seven of Wands. Boy, that situation taught you good boundaries. Good boundaries. How to protect your peace, how to protect your space, maybe even how to protect your pentacle resources. Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Seven of Pentacles to the Star card. Nice. I don't like what you've gone through, but I sure do like where you are headed. Let's begin to clarify. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee so I don't cough the whole way through your reading like I just did. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's clarify Five of Wands here. Why is the Five of Wands here? I feel like this is more internal to you, some internal conflict here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Maybe even some nervousness. Eight of Cups, the Chariot. Yeah, injustice shows itself again. Why is the Eight of Swords here? There's all of these fears, doubts, possibly some insecurities about this new beginning or new chapter or new cycle here. One more shuffle here. Wow. Eight of Swords clarifies the Eight of Swords. You have the Eight of Swords, you have the Four of Cups, and you have the Six of Pentacles. So maybe moving forward has a lot to do with financial concerns or redistribution of resources, or if this is work-related, finding a job that will pay you adequately. Okay, the Emperor. Let your fears dissolve. Take charge. You own this next chapter. This is yours. I think you need to be fearless, like the Emperor here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Oh, my love. Nine of Swords. King of Pentacles here again, and the Four of Wands. Okay, why is the King of Pentacles here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Moon, the Knight of Cups, and the High Priestess. Let's get into this Devil. What was this in the past? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Devil, the Magician. Ooh, that is so toxic. If we get the Seven of Swords, that'll just make it worse. The Star and the Death card. Well, that's coming to an end, or has ended, depending on where you are in the timeline. And the Ten of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ten of Cups, clarified by Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Cups again, and the Hanged Man. Bottom of the deck, Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Page of Pentacles, and the Fool card. This part of your life is over. It's over. Might need some things to wrap up for some of you. A couple of I's to dot and T's to cross. But yeah, it's coming to an end. If it hasn't ended yet, like for some of you, it ended in Scorpio season. For others of you, ending in Capricorn season. but that is wrapping up for you quite quickly. So where are you right now? Some internal conflict. It looks like you have disengaged, walked away, or emotionally disconnected from whatever this toxicity was here. Friend, family member, lover, situation, or environment. There seems to be some concern about what's next. There's an excitement in the Pisces collective about moving forward, wanting victory, wanting to get as far away from the experience with this entity. But there also seems to be a little internal conflict of, well, what is that going to look like? What exactly am I going to do when I depart or detach from that particular entity? Eight of Swords to the Eight of Swords to the Four of Cups to the Six of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, the departure or separation has a lot to do with, well, how am I going to invest my pentacle resources? So for some of you, that's the concern. Now that I'm no longer giving to this, who will I be giving to? So if I'm leaving a toxic love partner, will I have anyone in the future that I'm going to meet? Was that it for me in love? You know, one toxic person or a series of toxic people. So it's like, who will benefit from the generosity of my heart moving forward? Will I spend the rest of my life alone? Valid concern. For others of you, if this is work related, you're leaving a work environment, this is some concern about, will I ever be able to find a job that will treat and pay me fairly? And for others of you, the separation from this entity has caused some anxiety here within you, because if there needs to be a distribution of assets, you're concerned that you might not get enough to be able to have a successful new start. So take those messages if and how they resonate with your situation, but there definitely is concern here in regards to pentacle resources and how that correlates to this new beginning. Let your fears dissolve is your message here from the universe. Those doubts, fears, and insecurities. There's a need here for you to take control of your thoughts, to not allow your thoughts to dictate your next actions, and for you not to invest so much pentacle resource into that. Instead, what you need to be focusing on is this new beginning, this new path, or this new chapter, getting the new job, you know, restabilizing yourself, finding a new place to live. That would be a much better use of your pentacle resources. Your love, your time, your attention, your energy, your devotion, etc., would be better used, poured into your future stability, than it would be in respect to this situation that you can't fully change presently, right? Like it is what it is at this point. King of Pentacles shows themselves again. I don't know if I'm sure you've seen my readings before if you're a member, and I don't know if I've ever explained it in a Pisces reading, but I typically see the Queens in Tarot as all four forged through fire for all different reasons, existing in the present because of what they've gone through in the past in respect to their own specific suit of cards. You're showing up here twice in King of Pentacles, which tells me, because for me, kings now are forward moving. They're thinking very future focused, all four kings. So the King of Pentacles now, this is supposed to be your energy now, making very wise, shrewd decisions in respect to how you will invest your pentacle resources in the future, your time, your love, your money. And there's a need here for you to get out of your head and focus more, get more in tune with your intuition, because you need to make some substantial decisions here about how you are pouring or how you will be spending your pentacle resources in the future. Because you've learned the hard way from the past that whomever you invested in did not work out. So you need to take those lessons, not be afraid of the future, but now actually start to invest in the future wiser. Your past now. The Devil, Magician, Star, and the Death card. You either have closed this out and you're still healing from it, you are simultaneously healing and closing it out, or you're healing and looking forward to closing it out. Either way, this entity will be in your past soon enough. That's the feeling that I get here. It's highly manipulative energy when we're looking at the Devil and the Magician in combination. Whatever or whomever this is, you thought that they would be around for a long time or in your life for a long time. You entered that situation, environment, or connection with the hopes of the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. In fact, you showed me the Ten of Cups here twice. So if this was a family connection, you really wanted it to work. If this was a partner, you wanted it to go to distance. If this is you investing your time in a volunteer organization or community service, You wanted it to work. You wanted it to be successful. You wanted to be happy and lend happiness to whomever this is, and you wanted them to lend happiness back to you. And what ended up happening was you sacrificed that. The hangman could talk about sacrifice. So it looks like you sacrificed or compromised more of yourself than you should have to continue engaging with this entity for as long as you did. So now you have this new chapter. Let's begin to clarify. I don't want to spend too much time on that because that either has exited, like I said, is in the process of exiting, or will soon be exiting. I see the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Now, because you're a lot smarter, remember, queens exist in the present because of what they've gone through in their past, you know all about the Five of Pentacles. You know what it means to overinvest, to overgive. You're wise and you're shrewd now, your Pentacle energy. So you really should be spending your mental energy here in the new moon in Sag, figuring out the new. Excuse me, calling in the new, but also contemplating what will stability look like for me when this cycle is finally wrapped up. And how will I create stability for myself as well? I just want to get 3 cards. What the heck happened here with this Devil to the Magician? What is that all about? For some of you, this could be inheritance. For some of you, with the 2 Ten of Cups card and the Death card, maybe someone passed away and now it has become a toxic situation trying to receive your part of the inheritance. That could be it as well. But I do see that it's wrapping up. So whatever this is for you seems to be wrapping up. One more shuffle. Thank you. Devil to the Magician, to the Star, to the Death card, Ace of Swords. So you have full clarity now that had to close out, should be closing out right now, or needs to close out soon. You have no doubt about this. Oh my God, Ace of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. You're like, just a matter of time. I'll be all over and done with this, and I'll be able to move towards a new beginning. So in respect to this, you seem to be, I don't want to say that you're fully okay. I don't know you personally, right? It's a collective general reading. But you seem to be content with the fact that this is long overdue, or this needs to wrap up, or this needs to exit your life. You don't seem too troubled by that. You seem more troubled about what happens next. What happens when the funds are distributed? What happens with the next job? What happens if, the next lover? Yeah, you seem to be more concerned about what comes next. Granted, valid concerns. So what does come next? What comes next here for the Pisces collective? What does come next here for Pisces? What comes next for them? One more shuffle here. Thank you. So what comes next for you? We have the 9 of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you have 6 of Cups, 8 of Wands, and that Star card. Oh, and the Ace of Wands again. So what comes in for you? Connection with at least one other a soulmate here, whether that's friends, family, or meeting some new people. That seems to come in quickly. Either bridging together gaps with people. So, example, let's just say this is a divorce. This could be while you're going through it, or post to suddenly now you're going to reconnect with family member or friends, maybe people that while you were going through it or while you were in the marriage, maybe you didn't really talk to these people a lot. For others of you, you're going to be getting out into the world more and meeting some new people. And when you meet them, they'll be very much a deja vu because they are part of your soul tribe, but most likely a soul connection from a past life. But it does look like rapid movement while you are healing, while you're forging forward towards this new beginning. It looks like communication and, like I said, either strengthening the healthy bonds in your life, reconnecting to healthy bonds that maybe there was some separation, and definitely meeting some new people here as well. There's something here for you to really focus on this new beginning. You need to be very shrewd and very clear-minded. So you can't be in this 8 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. What can Pisces do to clear their head? Because you really need to be focusing on the new, learning something new, acquiring the new job, figuring out what you're going to do with the money, where you're going to live. There's some future planning here. And you need to be very clear-minded instead of defaulting to victim mode. No offense, but we need to get out of 9 of Wands and kind of land into that King of Swords. How can Pisces do this? How can they do this? One more shuffle. Thank you. The moon. The new moon in Sagittarius. Call it in. Call in for clarity. Call in for strength. Call in for courage. The Queen of Pentacles. Yep, and the Knight of Swords. Hierophant here at the bottom of the deck. The Empress again, and the Eight of Cups. Oh, to the Seven of Swords. Lord have mercy. So I would call in for these things. Structure, stability, clarity, courage. So you can start to plan out your future once this officially closes out here for you. I don't really think I have to pull any other cards for you. You have a new beginning. It looks great. You seem excited about it. I'll use the, I was going to say the new moon in Sagittarius deck. I'll use the Sagittarius deck since this is a new moon in Sagittarius. I just want to give you an idea of what that new chapter looks like for you. But right now, this seems to be like something is wrapping up, closing up. And you seem to be not so much focused on the ending. You seem to be very nervous. And I think you just need to change that energy. You got to get out of the low vibe, what's going to happen, and instead the high vibe of this is what I want to happen, and then create that plan. What does this new chapter look like here for Pisces? What does the new chapter look like for Pisces? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What does the new chapter look like? Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Justice. Fair, balanced, but a lot of decisions need to be made. And I think that's why it's critical now for you to kind of get out of that headspace that you're in, because you have lots of decisions here to make about what direction you're going in, what path you're going in, what job you're going to apply to, what are you doing with the money, how are you going to make more money. You've cleared a lot of karmic debt with releasing whomever, whatever this is, or wrapping up the cycle with this entity. But there are a lot of decisions here to be made, and your focus really needs to be on that. Eight of Cups and the Fool card. You are full steam ahead towards a new beginning. I'm not sure how many of you are actually quite prepared for the new beginning. Tell me more about the new beginning here. So we see decisions, opportunities need to be made. Justice will be served, karmic and legal. You got two justice cards. Tell me more about the new beginning. One more shuffle. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune. This was fated and destined. Okay. Ace of Wands. There goes your new beginning again. And the Celestial Weaver. You get to recreate your life. I don't know if you've ever seen a Sagittarius reading, but I use a different deck of cards for each of the 12 zodiac signs. Their deck is the only one that has two specific cards, the Phoenix and the Celestial Weaver. You get to weave thread by thread what the next chapter of your life looks like after this entity officially leaves it. Use this time wisely to plan that. Bottom of the deck, Temperance, Ten of Cups, and the Lovers. I would take time now, start in Sagittarius season, to start focusing on the happiness that was unattainable with this entity is not unattainable to you, Pisces. It just was unattainable here. It does exist for you. What do you want it to look like? That's really what you need to focus on. What do you want it to look like, and how are you going to get there? How are you going to make it happen? Anything else about that Ace of Wands? We've got the Hangman came out in the reverse. I'm going to take it in the reverse because the time for you to hold on or wait or pause is over. This is like go time. This is, you know, everything you need to know about this closing out and when that new chapter is beginning for each of you. So I feel like we're in go time mode here. Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Four of Cups, the Star, and Judgment. I wouldn't focus too much on this. This is wrapping up. I don't really think you're that focused about it. But focus does need to shift from, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. Or when is this going to happen? Just know that it's happening. It is happening. It is closing out. It's a decision you're making, or you're part of the decision process. If this were my reading, I would let go of the worry and start focusing on what do I want wish fulfillment to look like? Because it literally is now yours for the creation. That is what I have for you, my darling. That is your new moon and Sagittarius reading. So call in the new. You need new people. You need new allies. You need a new job. Whatever it is that you need clarity, you need direction, you need ideas, you need strength, you need courage, call it all in. Pinned to the comment section will be a link. It's free, and you can see what new moon ritual works best for you. I would definitely do something like this in the energy of the new moon in Sagittarius, which is taking place on the 19th or the 20th, depending on where you live in the world. But that is what I have for you, my dear. That is your message. If you like this message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. Thank you once again for being a time traveler. And until I read for you again, Pisces, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.